Christmas to you all! I hope your day is merry and bright! And for today, I'm going to talk about another awesome Rankin and Bass creation. This one being the story of the first Christmas snow. So first, as always, let's recap the special itself. I'll give you a couple of my thoughts about it after that. And we'll finish it off with some really cool kind of tidbits of information about it and how it works in with the whole Rankin and Bass universe. So alright, let's go! So we start off with Sister Teresa hanging out in the Abbey, and she's making her new invention called Christmas cards. So that's pretty wonderful. A nice little picture on the front, some fancy little happy words on the inside of the card. She's gonna hand them out to everyone in town. That's pretty cool. The front of all these cards always has a depiction of snowfall, because when she was a kid, it would always snow on Christmas Day when she lived closer to the mountains, but in the coastal town that they live in now, never really gets any snow. But nonetheless, but with all this talk about the weather, boom, the weather totally changes and we get this horrible thunderstorm. Sister Teresa takes a gander out the window and she notices there is a young boy out in the hills that got hit by lightning. Like, holy jeez, right? So she gathers up her two best friends, Sister Catherine and Sister Jean. All three of them go and brave the storm to go get this kid and all the animals that were hanging around him back to the Abbey and back to safety. Which they do. So we find out that the young boy's name is Lucas. He is a shepherd who was looking after his sheep, and he is sadly an orphan. And on top of that, the lightning blinded him. Like, not just temporarily, he has become blind now. So his dog, his best friend, Waggles, has been taking care of the sheep at the Abbey, which is really awesome of that dog, and he has also been Lucas's seeing eye dog. So like, what a great dog. Suddenly, Father Thomas returns from some trip somewhere, and upon seeing Lucas, he's like, "What child is this? We can't really take care of him. We're not an orphanage, we're not set up to take care of children here, And he's also like, this might make me sound like a jerk, but after Christmas, we have to send him to the orphanage. That's the best place for him to be. Which makes Lucas sad and Sister Teresa sad, because they're becoming really good friends. Meanwhile, Sister Teresa is organizing a Christmas pageant with all the kids from the town. Lucas is going to be part of it as one of the singing angels in the choir. He meets up with a lovely little girl named Louisa, and they become best friends. Louisa asks him what he wants for Christmas, and he's like, you know what? I want it to snow on Christmas. Because as Lucas has been told, apparently snow on Christmas Day is magical Christmas snow. That'd be a pretty cool thing to experience. But some of the boys from the town are up to no good, and they want to play a prank on Lucas. I don't know why they would, man. The kid's still recovering from a lightning strike. He's blinded, and he's an orphan. Even though Lucas is a champ and is dealing with everything like in stride, man, like still, like kind of back off the guy. But no. So what they figured was a harmful prank is to hide all the sheep somewhere else out of the stables. But the sheep escape and they all run into the forest. This is horrible because there are wolves in the forest. So Lucas and Waggles go alone to find all the sheep, rustling them back. The three main boys, kind of feel bad, so they go help Lucas to get the sheep back. Everything's all good, all is wonderful. They did see the wolves out in the forest, but the wolves did really nothing. I don't get why they were there. But nonetheless, thankfully, everyone's safe. It's all good to go. So now it's time for the Christmas pageant, which of course is, a retelling of the whole nativity scene. Jesus in the manger, three wise kings, choir of angels singing, etc. And suddenly it starts to snow in the building, like there's a hole in the roof. Which of course is really horrible for keeping all the warmth in and keeping the rain out, but it's also wonderful because all the snow enters the building. Wait, what? It's snowing in this coastal town? Lucas got his wish. As Louisa is explaining what the snow looks like to Lucas, boom, his eyesight comes back. Lucas's tears of love and the magical Christmas snow restored his eyesight. It's a Christmas miracle. So on Christmas Day, Lucas was like, you know what? I really have to give a gift to Sister Teresa because she helped me out so much. I don't really have much. I'm just going to give her my animals and I'll just go to the orphanage because I really can't take care of them there. But Sister Teresa was like, yeah, you know what, man? You can actually stay here, and you can be the shepherd of the Abbey. Like, how does that sound? That sounds pretty awesome to Lucas, so they do just that. Greatest Christmas ever. And with that, that is the end of this,
a fantastic little tale.
This one is actually pretty good. I never had a chance to watch this one as a kid. I guess it never really hit syndication when I was yet but a young one. So the first time I watched this was in my adult years, trying to figure out how my younger self would enjoy this, and I think I would, because it was actually pretty good. Huh, or would I? I don't know. So the other Rankin and Bass Christmas specials like Rudolph, Frosty, and the ones with Santa Claus, those ones are more of a adventure, somewhat of an action, kind of comedy specials. This one's not really action adventure, this one's more of a melodrama, and realistically, like, that's fine, right? Like, the story moves at a really good pace, and I was just kind of caught up in the whole thing. Like, it was actually a really enjoyable, quick little story. Sure, it wasn't yowza wowza kind of zany funny like the other ones, but you know, it still had a pretty good story to it. They did throw in some comedy with some characters a little bit, but this story will win you over with its charm and with its pretty awesome message. Like this kid Lucas, man, he has so many things kind of going wrong with him, but he still has such a positive, upbeat kind of outlook on everything. You know, he never once complained about anything, man. He just went on trying to do his best for, you know, his flock and for people around him that he cares about. So that is actually a pretty awesome little message. And Angela Lansbury as Sister Teresa has a pretty awesome singing voice, so some pretty good tunes are cranked out in this one. So definitely, if you haven't checked this one out already, you know, I strongly suggest you do so, because it's a total beaut. And so now let's see what else we can dig up on this special. So this one is actually tied together really well with all the other Rankin and Bass Christmas specials, like as in the biblical era Christmas specials and the modern day Santa Rudolph kind of Christmas specials as well. So first off, this one kind of really ties in together really nicely with the biblical era specials of The Little Drummer Boy Book 2, and Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, which is still like an amazing little special. So like right off the bat, all of these are kind of more the religious tone to things, with the nuns and the nativity scene and all that. In fact, both Drummer Boy specials, the Nestor special, and this one do feature the nativity scene, albeit this one is more of a recreation with kids, but still, nonetheless, it's still there, right? If we want to draw further comparisons with this special to The Little Drummer Boy, well, so the young boy named Aaron is the Little Drummer Boy and referred to as such. In this one, Lucas is a shepherd and he's referred to as the Little Shepherd Boy. Similar kind of title, and in fact, both of them are actually shepherds. Kind of slightly different animals that they're both taken care of, but you know, it's all hip. Aaron meets up with the baby Jesus and he doesn't have a gift to give, so he just gives what he has, and that's playing a song on the drums. Much like how Lucas wanted to give a gift to Sister Teresa, but he didn't have anything, he just had his animals, so he's like, hey, how about you just take my animals? Also, in the first Little Drummer Boy special, Aaron's sheep, Baba, was really injured and needed help. Whereas in this special, Lucas's sheep, Wooly, was really lost and he needed help. Not a direct comparison between the two, but pretty darn close. Another thing that kind of helps tying together with the modern day Christmas specials and stories is of the snow. As we're told in this special, the snow that falls on Christmas Day is magical Christmas snow. And where have we heard magical Christmas snow before? That's right, their good friend here, Frosty the Snowman. Like, we all know what he's made out of, magical Christmas snow. In fact, Santa said this in Frosty's special. Something about that wonderful Christmas snow. It can make a snowman come to life, and it can make a blind child see. But the magic snow can't do all this stuff on its own. It needs an extra component. A component of some kind of magic of some sort. As we see with Frosty, the magic snow had to be combined with the magic hat in order for Frosty to have life. With Lucas, the magic snow had to be combined with the magic of his love in the form of tears of joy to restore his eyesight. And if we go further down the road to Frosty's Winter Wonderland, Frosty's wife Crystal was pretty much a similar thing. She was made out of Christmas snow, but she needed that extra magic component, which was Frosty's love in the form of these ice flowers. Because as we all know, love is magical. And of course, magic is quite prevalent in a lot of Christmas specials. So a nice little kind of strengthening of the two. So it's kind of really nice to see how this one does work, you know, pretty well within the whole realm of the Rankin Bass specials. And the only kind of really funny thing about the snow is that in this special, they would mention how it snowed on the very first Christmas of, you know, Jesus's birth, which, I'm pretty sure it did not snow in Bethlehem way back when, and even in Little Drummer Boy and Nestor specials, we never seen snow there, so I'm sure it snowed somewhere on that day, but not around that nativity. Other usual Rankin and Bass stuff that happens in the special is that a lot of them are based on a song, whereas this one, kind of is, but kind of isn't based on a part of the song of, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, you know? Yes and no, right? Like, sure, the characters wanted it to snow on Christmas Day, but the rest of the song doesn't really have anything to do with, shepherds and nuns and stuff like that. That's still pretty nice that they got a major song involved in this one. And in some other Christmas specials like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, we see how a lot of Christmas traditions are kind of born. This one has some aspects which follow that thread of thought as well, as in Sister Teresa creates the whole notion of Christmas cards, so that was pretty neat how that was introduced into this Rankin and Bass universe. We also do see a Christmas pageant, which this probably wasn't the first one ever made, but you still have a Christmas pageant going on, which I'm pretty sure most of us have been in a couple Christmas pageants, in elementary school and whatnot. This special is set in the year 1845, and allegedly the setting of it is in southern France. I guess you can kind of see how that is, kind of being by the coast and all. And so yeah, and well, that's pretty much what I got for you today. So other than that, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and yeah. Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.